don't know about you, but I am getting so sick and tired of these scams. Every day, I get at least 10 scam calls. Now, I'm starting to get scam clients. So this week, I got 4 new inquiries and I was super excited. I just knew I was going to book these clients. 3 of them turned out to be scams. So I want to show you my emails. I want to show you exactly what this scam artist said to me. And I want to tell you how I knew it was a scam. So if you get these emails, then you will be able to quickly tell that this is either AI or this is just someone trying to scam you. But first, let me formally introduce myself. My name is Lanyel Kuzar, and I am the owner of Yes Event Academy. I teach people just like you, people who love to decorate. I teach them how to turn it into a business and start booking clients. Now, I am going to be reading from my phone, just so you know, I may be looking down, okay? So this is the first email that I got from Juliet Jackson, okay? The first thing that I want to point out, I should have known that something was up with this email because they emailed me on an email address that I never use. I do not even know how they got this email address. This email address is tied to my YouTube account. But if you go on my website, I do not provide this email anywhere on my website for clients to reach out to me. So I have no idea how they got this email. Now, this Juliet Jackson reaches out to me and says, "Hi, I'm Juliet. I saw your profile as a wedding planner and event coordinator in Maryland. Is it okay to ask you a few questions about how this works if you don't mind? I have a wedding coming up and I need an event planner." I didn't even realize this, but I don't advertise myself as a wedding planner or an event coordinator. So that should have been the second red flag for me because I don't know what profile they seen. But anyways, so I responded to this email and I gave them the correct email address to email me on. So as soon as I sent them the correct email address, they sent me an email right away. "Hi, this is Juliet for the wedding plan in Maryland. I hope I have the right mail." So I respond to them and say, "Yes, you have the right email address. Thank you." Then I start to ask questions. Whenever somebody comes to me and they are asking me to decorate their wedding or they're asking me to plan their wedding, if they're asking me to do anything for their event, I immediately start asking questions. So I'm asking them to tell me about their wedding, right? I'm asking them when and where are they getting married and what do you need help with? So Juliet ends up responding to me, "Okay, thank you. The wedding is coming up in September, but because we're looking out for an event planner, there is no fixed date yet. We need help with the planning and the decorations and the place too." You do not need an event planner to come up with your event date. You should be able to come up with an event date all on your own, right? Typically, when people are hiring an event planner, they already have a date in mind. So that's another red flag, right? So this is a thing. When it comes to these scams, a lot of times what I'm finding is that if you read what they're saying, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't really add up. So I respond with more questions, right? Because something is not adding up. So then I ask them, "What part of Maryland are you in?" Because Maryland is a whole state, right? "What part of Maryland are you in? And do you have a preferred date in September?" Because I already have things planned for September. They respond with "Lusby," precisely. "We just have a month. There is no particular date for the wedding yet because we don't have an event planner." I have never heard of that place, okay? So I immediately Google this place to figure out where is it at. So when I look, it looks like it is a valid place in Maryland. But here's the thing, it's not like a common place where people are getting married. So when I look at this town, this Lusby area, there's not even that many places to get married there. So there's only like 3, maybe 4 places to get married. So I'm thinking to myself, this is not adding up. This seems like a scam. But I don't know for sure. I'm not 100% sure that this is a scam. So I just keep asking questions. So now I go back and ask them, what is your budget for the wedding and the reception? Because anytime anybody is asking me to help with the planning and the decorations, you have to give me a budget. I need to know what budget I'm working with. And then I say, let's schedule a call to go over all the details so that we can get started. And I immediately ask them, are you available tomorrow? And then I even offer information, right? So I tell them that my planning and coordination services start off at $2,500. So this is when I knew it was a scam. This response right here, okay? Pay attention. They respond to me with, we can work with the planner's price. If it's not too much, we don't really mind. We just need a satisfying project. I was about to propose a virtual call too, because my fiance is away from me at the moment and he may want to add a few details too. Now you tell me, what woman describes her wedding as a satisfying project? This to me, I was like, no, this is a scam. This is a scam, because there is no way that a woman would be saying that she wants her wedding to be a satisfying project. That's just not the way that people talk about their wedding. That's not the way that people talk when they refer to the outcome of their wedding, right? Now, because I'm curious, right? Because I could have just stopped there. I continued on with the conversation. I say, sure, I'll schedule a call with you, right? Because they want to schedule this virtual call with me. Sure. When are you and your fiance available? They come back and say, we're available in 2 hours. No. And then they say, I'll send you a call link. I'll send you a call link when he's ready. This is another huge red flag. Clients never say this, never. Whenever a client is scheduling a call with me, I always send them a Zoom link, okay? Now, there are times where my clients don't want to hop on a Zoom call, and that's totally fine. They'll just say, hey, what number can I call you on, right? So that's what clients will say. What number do you want me to call you on? So for somebody to say they'll send me a call link, that tells me, number one, I'm not clicking on any link that you send me. But number two, I'm like, are you outside of the US? Why are you trying to send me a call link? So I respond to the email saying, unfortunately, I'm not available today. I have other meetings scheduled. But then I say, well, what time are you available tomorrow or Thursday, right? Because I'm still trying to figure out what is the end game with this scam, right? So then Juliet responds with, okay, tomorrow at 11 a.m., does that work for you? And I respond with, sure. What's your fiance's name? I'll send you a Zoom link. I'm literally trying to ask as many questions as possible to see how this scammer, because at this point, I don't know if this is an actual person or if it's AI, right? So at this point, I'm just trying to ask as many questions as possible to see how they're going to answer. So Juliet ends up responding with, thank you, but can we send you our call link instead? because he might not be comfortable with you sending him a meeting link. So then I say, I will send you a meeting invite so that we will all have it on our calendars. What's his email address, right? So here's the thing. This scammer is insistent on sending me a call link, which I'm not comfortable with, period. I'm never going to click on anybody's call link. I do not trust call links or any links coming from someone who I cannot verify, right? So they're trying to get me to get on this call using their link. But I'm trying to get more information about this quote unquote fiance. So I ask, what's his email address so that I can put a meeting invite on all of our calendars. This is typically what I do with my clients. I will send meeting invites so that everybody has it on their calendar. And I have never had a bride who says, no, I'm not going to give you my fiance's email address. And here's the thing. Typically, when people are getting married, they create an email address specifically for all of the wedding correspondence, right? So my clients usually will just give me that email address. So this is what Juliet says when I ask for her fiance's email address. She says, just send it here, right? Send it here, and then I will add him to the call myself. So it's obvious that this scammer does not want to tell me who the quote unquote fiance is. There is no fiance, right? Whenever you have a client, and this is what I'm telling all of my students, everybody in my academy, whenever you have a client coming to you, sending you an email saying that I want you to help me plan my event, I want you to help me decorate my event, right? You have to verify that it's a real client. You have to verify that it's a real client. The best way to start verifying that it's a real client is to ask them as many questions as possible and pay attention to the answers. Do these answers, do they make sense? Is this how people speak about their events? Does this sound like a human? Does this sound like someone who's actually planning an event? So pay attention to what they're saying, right? Usually what I'm finding is that these scam artists have a hard time with making their event sound personal, right? Because they're not having an event. It's a scam. So they have a really hard time with making the event sound personal, right? That's the reason why this scam artist said a satisfying project. Nobody says that about their wedding. And then they had a hard time with telling me what the budget was. There's no location, right? It just seems like it's all this general information just to get me excited to click on their call link, right? So here's the thing. Please make sure that you are verifying everybody who comes to you. One way to do that, like I mentioned, is to start asking them a bunch of questions, right? Asking them a bunch of questions, making sure that their answers make sense. But also another way to verify them is to hop on a call with them. Don't click on any links that they give you, right? You schedule a call with them. Ask them for a number where you can reach out to them and go over details. Typically, when I'm helping people with their weddings, I usually have to schedule time to speak to them. They're not available at the drop of a dime, right? I have to coordinate time where both fiancés are available, right? That is how I knew when the scam artist came back to me and said, we're available in 2 hours time. First of all, we as Americans in America, right, in the US, we don't talk like that. We don't say we're available in 2 hours time, right? We may say, I'm available at 2. I'm available at 4 p.m., right? We give a time. We don't say in 2 hours time. But usually when you are coordinating with two fiancés, with two people, you got to schedule time with them. They're not just readily available like that. I think the goal of this scam, because they kept being insistent on me clicking on a call link. So I'm thinking that if I would have clicked on that call link, they would have hacked my system, right? This is the reason why you have to be so careful. You got to be so careful with clicking on links. Now, I don't care who it is. I got to verify that you're a real person before I click on any links in any emails. Okay. Please make sure, especially if you're new in this industry. That is the reason why I wanted to share this video, because I've been doing this now for almost 7 years, right? This is my 7th year as an event decorator. I have worked with a number of clients. But if you're new coming into the industry, you may get so excited over the opportunity to be able to decorate someone's event that you fall prey to a scam. So our next few videos will be dedicated to scams and how to avoid them. All right. Now, if you are interested in joining my mentorship program, if you are interested in starting your own event decorating business, and you want my help, you want to join my mentorship program, I am running a 40% off sale. Okay. So if you are interested in joining my mentorship program, you just have to navigate over to my website and then purchase one of my class bundles. With the purchase of a class bundle that is currently 40% off, you will get access to my mentorship program, and I will work with you to get your business up and running. All right. Now, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you in my next video.